Yo, 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 welcome to another EP of Eat to Take Anime. And I got, of course, O. Y'all heard him on one of the previous tracks, or I at least brought him up. And we also have another special guest, Carlos. Uh, yeah, appreciate y'all
Yo, yo,
coming back
yo.
on. How y'all feeling?
Man, I'm feeling great, elated. Oda
Oh,
is
yeah.
writing fire,
Yeah.
man.
Oda's going crazy.
Yeah, there couldn't be a better time for for anime right now. I mean, for manga. Oda's like his
He
fucking pen
said
is on
it's
fire,
on fire.
so it definitely needs a break next week.
Yeah.
So
No, I mean, and for what it's worth, probably should be a break. There was a lot to take in during this new chapter, the 1080 Legendary Hero. So if y'all didn't read it, I'm just letting y'all know there's spoilers out. We're gonna be talking about it, discussing it, maybe future things, and all sorts of shit. So just be prepared for that, everyone. Um, I'm gonna start it from the top. Rate the chapter from 1 to 10. Where's it at with y'all?
man, I think it has to be. I don't know, like I don't want to like fall into like the hype or anything, but like I'm gonna give it a
Okay.
solid 8.5, man.
Oh man, I might have to go a little bit higher, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. This chapter has been amazing. We've seen secrets revealed that we've been waiting for. We've seen a lot of mysteries surrounding the Blackbeard crew answered. A lot of their devil fruits. Man, this was great.
Okay.
I gotta
Well, you
give it a
know
nine.
what? I'm going to go ahead and give it a 10, my boy. We got the 8, 9, 10 Trinity. If you count, that's right back to back to back. You feel me? GARP, the hype train with GARP. Like you said, the background with the Black the pirates, of course. Big things. We've been trying to wonder about that. Introducing more sword, more sword. I'm about to say sword. Sword in depth, like as far as like explanation of what it is, that's big to me too. And the designs. What's the
Yes.
girl? What's her name?
Yeah, for sure. Very
Habari.
informative
Habari.
chapter. Yeah,
Hey,
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
The
Oda
sniper,
don't mess
right?
with women designs at this point. Maybe Big Moms, but that's meant. That's on purpose. But when he wants somebody to look fly, yeah.
Hey, look. You got to give him credit for Big Mom. Oda always draw older women a little bit on the uglier side.
But it goes like. mm, I think Big Mom's design is like more of like, hey, she has like over 100 fucking kids. What else is she
It's
supposed to look
true.
like?
That is true. She is popping pussy
This
like
is true.
crazy. Like kids pop Skittles, you feel me? It's
Yeah,
crazy. But you're right though.
yeah,
I
she
don't
having them
know. The
back
way
to
I
back to
heard them
back to
You
Jones
back
said
said
to
shoot
back.
shoot
out, but
out.
hey.
Hey, I don't know where that came from.
Yeah, her
Hey,
design is
look how
definitely on
giant she
point.
is,
Yeah.
man. I'm just saying, her kids ain't
Yeah.
all of that big.
Okay. So how do y'all feel about let's start with the sword. How do y'all feel about sword and explanation between it?
Gotta be
uh,
honest, this chapter set a lot of groundwork on what their motives were, but it truly doesn't highlight what their end goal is.
yeah, no, it doesn't have their end goal. It lays down a lot of like the mystery of like, are they working in the background or something, or this like does the higher ups do not know about this or what? But it lays down like it lets us know like, hey, they're not alone in this. Like people know who they are, and but they're not gonna be taking responsible, or they're not be taking accountability for them for their actions. You know, if
Right.
they go down, they go down.
It
But we know
reminds
who they
me of
are.
a
I was just
contractor
about to say
relationship with the
it's almost like a
government almost.
contract slash like yeah, like they're,
Yeah,
they're really honestly they're really close to being mercenaries to be honest with you. Like really, really close. Yeah, I think like
Yeah.
work with the government but don't work with the government. If something happens it's on you type situation. That's very much so contract mercenary work, which is weird to hear that with the Navy, but I like it, honestly.
Well, yeah, it
yeah, it
does
was very.
actually make sense if you think about it. Because remember, we've always heard the story that the Navy has been short-staffed and they don't have enough troops to support the New World operation. So this does make sense.
Yeah, it does make sense for them to just be like, okay, go guys, do whatever you guys want to do over there. You know, you're still under our banner. You know, and you're still fighting the bad guys. Um, but we don't necessarily have the manpower to go fight this next island or go protect this next kingdom. So go and do
No, I
it.
get that. I'm about to say, I was about to say this though. Question. So, with that being said, what do you see like Sword playing down the line, especially with Kobe, right? Because Garf said Kobe is the face of the Marines, of course, or the future of the Marines. But Sword, yeah, but Sword
He's
is
the
not
future of the Marines.
technically
Yeah.
part of the Marines, which kind of throw a weird dynamic. You know what I'm saying? So, like, what's your thoughts? How that's gonna play out?
I I think that was almost a misdirection from Iokaji, if
Okay,
anything.
go ahead, elaborate. Elaborate.
Okay. The way it was set up, the way they highlighted it, I don't know if you noticed, but when he saw Kobe, he was like, huh, okay. Let me not let me figure out the best solution for him to get out of the situation.
Well,
Now
Oh,
that may be truth to that. However, though,
that's
I've
not all the truth.
never I've never seen Iokaji lie, so I definitely believe it's some truth, but I do think it's a lot of just more misdirection, if
mm,
anything.
Yeah, he definitely didn't tell him like the whole shebang. He definitely didn't share the whole pie with him. He just gave him a slice of like, okay, he's not really like the kind of guy that you're gonna have to use as leverage against the U.S. The world government, but might still be useful to you in some way. But
Mhm.
Blackbeard definitely thought through it because he's like, if he's not useful, then I might have someone else that might be useful. And use him as leverage against him, which will be
yeah,
Garp.
I can see that playing unfold. But the way Garf came down there, Metro booming, I don't know if they ain't got shit for my dog.
Metro Boomin. Can we take a second to appreciate that the hype that Garp has built up is real?
Yeah, very,
And
very
you know what?
real.
This man destroyed the entire city from at least
Yeah,
from what
that's
I
gone.
saw.
Rest in peace to them old ass buildings.
And again, was that just straight Conquerors
Definitely
hockey
straight
or
conquerors. And to be honest with you, the first thing I thought when he did that? Um
what?
Sengoku saved Akainu. He saved that boy. He saved that man, bro.
You took it back to the
Yeah. He
war.
saved
Good
him.
God, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he held them down. Yeah, before he could like go
Yeah, and I
after
mean,
Akainu.
Akainu, yeah,
This also just highlights, yeah, if Garp actually truly fought in the war, it would have
yeah,
been over.
it been a problem, like 100%. Like it's the only like okay. So out of these past few chapters, we've seen the people that lived up to the hype. As of right now, we've gotten Garp, and we also previously got Shanks being that guy. You feel me? So honestly, when
Mhm.
you look back at the war, it could have got really crazy.
It
Like think
definitely
about
could
it.
have.
Like could have been really, 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 really crazy. So man.
Yeah, it could have turned on his head for sure. Garp showing up in the middle of the battle just like that, wiping out half of the pirates right there, and then Shang showing up right after, going after the Marines or whoever stood in his way.
Yeah. And don't forget, let's be honest too, people forget Kaida was still, even though he just had a battle with Shanks, best believe he would have cleaned up after the
Yeah,
mess.
yeah, it would have been over. Like and now that now that I'm realizing that's like a halfway point to One Piece where everything started happening. I'm kind of glad that fight didn't happen, or maybe that war should have happened like later down the line. It's hard to top. Because think about it. Think about if
Mhm.
that was like reverse, right? If we put everything in front of that, and then we did that, like it would be crazy. It'd be crazy.
Yeah, but I feel like we're going to see a war on the scale we just talked about coming up because all the key players are
So
gearing up.
no, that makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, all right. So while we're here, just kind of have to get right back on track. We can kind of go on hypotheticals. Gosh, we can link to that.
Mhm.
Yeah, we can go
Yeah.
on
So
hypotheticals
let's
all
go ahead. We
night.
were direct
Yeah.
to the chapter. So do you think this is Blackbeard's Blackbeard's like final thing? He want to own his own island or run his be the king? I mean that's a lofty goal.
Nah, man. it's like it's a scheme. He's got something behind it. Like he's like, okay, this is what I want, but really, he really wants like something else. You know, access to Marijoa. You know, just walk into the door like he walked into Impel Down. Um, you know,
Mm.
I think that might be just his end goal right there. You know, like why have to fight to get in the door when they can just like open it
Yeah,
for me?
that's true.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a little
Mm.
too obvious. Hear me
Oh
out, because
yeah.
he's already done something similar like this where he's
Yeah.
betrayed the Marines.
They're not gonna
And
let him
I'm
do it
pretty
a
sure
second
the
time.
world
Yeah.
government is aware of this and they're not
Yeah,
going
I
to
don't
let
think it's
that
gonna happen
happen.
either. Even him
Yeah.
playing leverage.
Yeah. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me
No,
twice,
that's how it
shame on
is.
me.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think they're gonna let that slide either. What I do think that, because you look at the island like, all right, this is my main goal to get the island, right? Or one of his main goals. It's not his main goals because we're still far from that. But what does this island has to do with the main plan? I mean, you're already emperor, right? So you already got places. You already got places that are under your rule and so forth. So it's like, what do you exactly need an island for? What I think, and it's pretty transparent. I think that he is really trying to do like succeeded something that Kaido couldn't with the devil fruits. Yeah,
Mm.
build like a
What do you
almost a
mean?
mini army where everybody having devil fruits essentially. Yeah,
Oh, okay, okay. Where Kaido fell with the smiles, he might actually like get all the devil fruits that he wants
yeah,
and give them to all his people.
and
I
another
could see
hint
that. I
wise,
could
go
definitely
ahead,
see
my
Yeah.
that.
bad, go ahead, Carlos.
And I was gonna say not just not just what do you call them? The ones that are based off like animals.
Yeah, you talking
Um
about like zone fruit, not just zone fruit. Yeah, yeah,
not Yeah, not just stones, but logias and paramecia, not just be specific about, one type of fruit. Like, you get whatever you fucking
yep.
pick.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what I think
Yeah.
too.
Not just
And
limit and stuff like
also
that,
they
yeah.
mentioned about I guess sending people to Black Bear Island, and I forgot which character mentioned it, but they were like, yeah, that's a land full of like outlaws and stuff like that, like pirates rangers. So it's like a pirate what's named paradise essentially. If you're like one of those kind of like I guess pirates are always bad. Luffy always said it, like he's not here to be good. But if you're one of like the horrible pirates, like evil pirates, that's somewhere I could see like you going and having a whole island full of people like that, along with your fleets and along with the
Mm.
territories you own, is a huge end game goal.
Yeah. You don't think it might just serve like a base of operations for
I
him
could
just
see
to have
that.
the island?
I mean, yeah,
I mean, everyone has the one, right? Shanks and Elbath, Kaido was in
that's true.
Wano if he's not there, or if he hasn't been kicked out, or if he didn't melt on the lava, and Big Mom had her sweet islands. Honestly, I
No,
forgot the
I
name of
got
them.
you.
Yeah, but everyone has a base of operations, and I think Luffy's might be what's the name of that island on the under the red line, where all the sea people live.
I don't know. I don't know what his base operations would be.
I will say this. I think Oda has slid something in that
Okay.
you all are missing. There is a user on Blackbeard's crew that it has the island fruit.
Okay.
What if Blackbeard's plan is actually to make him a designated war zone place and have a mobile fortress?
That's true, but what does the island fruit pertain to? Like exactly.
See, now does I don't know, but can he I don't know the full extent of the power. We just know the name of the fruit, and we've seen him kind of be almost like a Logia with
Yeah,
the
he is a
island, if you
Logia.
will.
Yeah, he
Kind
is
of
a
like
Logia with the
Pika
island.
was, yeah, all over the island. Yeah, but he actually
Yeah.
controls the whole
I
place,
mean,
not
but that
just
would
the
make sense
building.
though, basically what I said, right? Like a perfect paradise. Like you're trying to make this thing
Mhm.
so strong. Everyone has different devil fruit. You have someone that's devil fruit part of the island, so you have all eyes and ears. Like I think it's gonna come to a point where Blackbeard is gonna steal something from the government. And I think it's gonna be something like some type of weapon. I could see that being some type of weapon, and he's creating a fortress to fall
Mhm.
back on. It's like come get it if you want to. That would be something interesting.
What would he steal besides
I mean,
the empty throne, if
that's
anything?
true too. And also, I think a part of this also that he wants to get an island and stuff. He wants to force his island become a legendary family too. To sit at that like table that not a lot of people know about. I think Blackbeard's hip to that somehow, and he's trying to force his way in. So many narratives.
Yeah, there is so many narratives. Oh, by the way, before we forget, I just want to give props to all Garp's team, man. They freaking work that team that he has is so well put together. You know, like every single member works in conjunction with everyone. You know, so that they can gather every single person in that island in the middle, and Garp can just come and finish it at the end.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just like random power. It's not just random devil fruits they have either. You know, like everyone works like a clock.
Yeah, no, I mean, and you know that's seeing that too is cool too in itself because the thing about it is the only person we've seen do that before is Law when he fought Blackbeard.
Yeah. Yeah, his crew actually has is very good support for him, and I think Garp's sword crew is very very good. Very they play the support role very very well.
And I think I like that too. I think
Yeah.
that can go a long way as long as you got a centerpiece that's willing to a centerpiece. Yeah, yep.
To just devastate everything,
Yeah.
and that's where Kobe will come in. You know, that's why he's the future of Marines. You know, like if he can have this squad as well, you know, he might be able to just do the same thing that I'm doing right now. You know, they're younger, he's older. You know, he's eventually gonna have to step down. Kobe steps in those shoes. You know, he already has a squad that he already knows how to work with.
I was saying, actually, know what? Now I think about
Agreed.
that on the Kobe thing. I think that Kobe's not going. I think Kobe's going to save his sword. Because in order to go back with like the Garp is, he would have to basically rejoin the Marines. But Sword is an organization that exists out of that, like that limbo state. And I think that the reason why he says the future of the Marines because I think that's Garp going to make that up with Kobe and something he couldn't make because he already joined the Marines and he didn't have by the chance. And he's older, and they didn't want him to move anywhere. But Sword was created later, and I think that like Kobe creates that freedom that Garp always displayed. If you really think about it, like, oh, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Now Kobe can actually really not give a fuck and do what he need to do.
Yeah, he can just do as he pleases, you know, and as he sees fit.
I think Garp did that on purpose. Garp probably convinced him to do it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and that's why he's his beloved pupil. Because he can actually fulfill his dream, you know.
So I think that's interesting. I look forward to seeing what Kobe could do because to be honest with you, we seen him get the power up. He looked nice, and then he been getting shit on ever since. And I like Kobe, so
yeah. But you got to realize too, he is still young compared to everyone
he's still
else.
very young.
Yeah, he is young.
Isn't he like 18 or something like that? Or no, he's younger, isn't he? Like 16
That's
or
a good
something
question.
like that.
I'm not sure.
Because he's slightly younger than Luffy, I think.
Yeah. Luffy set sail when he was 16, and he met Kobe. I'm thinking Kobe might be at 12 or 13, if anything. Post time skip, but now I think he's like
That's
16 maybe.
Yeah, 16 and a half billion berry bounty. He still has a long way to go, but he's not far from it.
Yeah, that's true. Now my question is, a lot of people are starting to think that the Aokiji won't betray Blackbeard. What do y'all think about that?
But is he really on the cover though, or is he just like okay, cool? We gotta think about it. Like, did it really leave the Marines for good, or is he part of SOAR? And that's why he was surprised that Kobe was in it because Kobe was probably not part of SOAR back then when he left the Marines.
Yeah, but Aokiji has always been informed, so I'm pretty sure he knows how important Kobe is to the Marines.
No, I mean it makes sense. Makes sense. I mean he's the one.
How far is he willing to go before he betrays him, though? Or how far is he willing to play that role where he's like, okay, I'm still your friend, Blackbeard. You know, I'm here for good. You know, when is gonna be the turning point that he's like, okay, I was just an agent. You know, I was just a spy. Yeah, I think that's what you're referring to, right, James?
I think I think that's what I was. Yeah, that's exactly what we're gonna figure out how far he can go. So yeah.
Yeah, is he gonna see Garp get captured and like use as a basically like a coin just to buy a ticket into
But
to the government?
where would that take us? Right. That's a good question. Like, where would it take us? Because
Yeah, where would that take
I
us?
mean,
Yeah.
arc wise, I don't know how that feel because we already know if Garp gets caught and Luffy's gonna find out. We already know it's about to go down.
Yeah.
So Luffy doesn't have to go to Elpath now. So if Gar gets caught, he actually has to go to God Valley, right? Or Pirate Island, I think that's what they
Yeah,
call
he
it,
will
right?
have to go, or
Mm-hmm.
He will have to go.
the
That means
same,
there's gonna
or
be
he got
Shanks.
Shanks. Yeah, either way, if he captures Garp, somebody's big coming. Personally, my personal I would love to see is Dragon. Now this makes the hype for Dragon a lot more because everyone has lived up to the hype.
Ooh.
Yeah, so
Except for
I
Dragon,
think
yeah. He's the most. Yeah. He's the only one that we have to
Yeah.
see now and see what he's capable of, or
yeah,
see if he's
that's
really
what I'm
about it.
saying. So I'm excited for that. That means that's coming. Like this, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh
yeah. He
yeah.
hasn't missed. Okay, so I mean, that's kind of like a lot for Blackbeard. Blackbeard goals. We talked about we covered Ayokaji, covered Kobe as well. Trying to think, is there anything else we left out? Because I'm pretty sure we're gonna be following this narrative as like, they're gonna have to follow this up because Garp can't just come over here and just start going crazy.
He can
Uh,
because Blackbeard's still not
Yeah,
there.
and they ain't got nothing for him.
yeah. Oh, what about the dynamic in between the Blackbeard pirates? Up to this point, we just that they were like some guys from level 6, and they were just bad. But now that we actually get to see some of their dialogue, how they interact with each other, how they're naturally like, how Zoro is always lifting
Mm-hmm.
weights, Sanji's always cooking, Nami's always sunbathing, along with Robin, Doc Chopper's always doing his medicine thing. We actually get to see what some of the Blackbeard pirates are up to, whenever they're not,
I
being
can
pirates.
understand that. I think we got a little bit of it when Blackbeard was talking to Kobe about the island and stuff like that. People were just kind of hanging around, lounging around. Um,
Yeah, it was pretty cool that we get to see the dynamic in between them. Not just like, okay, they're just bad, and
yeah,
they're
I
against
can see
us.
that. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. So, with that being said, do we have any bold predictions for this chapter? Yep.
The next one.
Any Easter eggs, anything y'all want to cover that y'all left off?
Nothing really too much. Again, this chapter was
Yeah,
more
it was pretty
revealing, if
straightforward.
anything.
We got to know where other Blackbeard pirates
Mhm.
are at, what people were doing, stuff like that. That's good.
Yeah. We got to see Sword full in display, and
Yeah,
we
it's
actually
very
got to see
straightforward.
what
Yeah, got to see what
Iokachi's been
IOG been
doing.
doing too. I liked all that.
Mhm. Which begs the question: he was not on that island.
What, IOG?
But when was this though? This is
Yeah.
after they captured Kobe, so that means he was there when Boa was fighting them, and when Rayleigh showed up.
I think he's about to show up on Egghead.
I mean, what time of the
You
period
really
this
think
is?
so?
You gotta think that this is Black. Well, no, he's with Blackbeard in the chapter.
He's with Blackbeard, and this is if it's a flashback and they
Yeah.
got Kobe,
See,
that's
that
when
was
Yeah,
a
it's a
Boa.
flashback. That's
flashback.
what
It
I thought.
is a
That's
Yeah,
what
it's a
it
flashback.
made
flashback.
it
Yeah,
seem like.
flashback. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a flashback. Yeah,
So I
because
think that last
Pizarro.
chapter where we
Yeah,
saw Blackbeard's flag heading to Egghead, I think
But
that was
yeah,
Iokachi.
oh,
we talked about that. I talked about y'all separately about it, but
Mm-hmm.
now we could talk about it together as a unit. I do think Iokachi is going to be that person because there's no one else that like there was heading to like it's too much. And then I think that 'cause-
there's no one else in the crew that has like that importance as Blackbeard, Shiryu, and Kuzan. Everyone else is just like, okay, you guys are third, fourth, fifth, whoever you got, whatever order you fall into. So it has to be
I
Kuzan in
would
that
think
ship,
so. I
right?
mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Shiryu's on the island, and Blackbeard is fighting Law.
Yeah.
Possibly killing him
So
too.
that's the thing, yeah, and it makes sense for LKG to show up because also we got Kizaru going there, so I can see an admiral conversation, ex-admiral conversation, or like, all right, well, you kind of know what it is, and man, I can get spicy real quick. This is about to be a big brawl. Yeah, I mean, think about
On
stuff like
Egghead
that in
Island.
general that's happening. A lot going on.
What if they just toss Kuzan in there so he can make an ice wall and everyone escapes? Have you thought about that? It's not just like Marines, against the Straw Hat, and then you got Blackbeard showing up. What if he just like ice wall? The Marines stay on one side, while everyone else escapes. Wall comes down,
That
everybody's
may
gone.
happen later, but there's no way.
How
There's no way. You
GG
got
called
Kizaru
out.
showing.
Yeah.
Kizaru
You
showing
think it
up.
might happen?
You're not running from Kizaru. It's either you're gonna.
No, he doesn't have to run from him. He just has to like hold everyone
I
else
don't think he
back.
has the power to do that.
Is No, you don't think he might just be able to put an ice wall and just like prevent people from prevent the Armada from keep coming in,
I mean,
and Buster calling
Kizaru
the
is
island?
still there, so you're gonna have to deal with Kizaru, and then you got one of the elders there as well, which we haven't seen.
Which we haven't seen any of them show any
it's too
abilities,
much.
but this will also be
it's too
revealing.
much. It's too much if he try to get him out there. Like, I mean, I can't not say there'll be an escape plan, but there's gonna be some crazy stuff that happen for sure before all that. Yeah,
there
there's
has to
no
be
way
some
you put all
fighting.
these people here, and it's not like there is no same Royal Rumble.
And yeah, that's true. Maybe I was just taking the easy way out of it. The thought just came to my head just now. I think he does it in like in Marine for War. I think he just puts an ice wall to defend something. If memory calls me right.
Do you remember that? Oh, you know it?
The ice wall.
Yeah,
He
you
broke
think
the
he might
entire
just
ocean.
entire
Yeah,
ocean.
I mean, let me rephrase that. He definitely has the
wait?
power to do it, but given everyone there, yeah, it's not going to happen. Not going to happen. No.
It also depends. Who is he? Is he there solo? Does he have backup? Because will we be introduced to a new
I
Blackbeard
can see
crew
that.
member?
I can see that.
The 10th
Yeah,
Titanic Commander, right?
we can see that. I mean, he's not going to be. He's not going to have to send much with Yokichi though. So
Yeah.
No, he's gonna have to send whoever is not with him, and we know.
Man,
I think Burgess is the one
Burgess
fighting Law right now too,
through
right?
the island. That's like what's the flex? Dang, Law is taking a lot.
Is Katarina Vaughn fighting him too?
I don't know. Oh,
It was with Bo and
could
him,
be
so
her.
it could be her.
That makes a lot of sense.
And
Well,
yeah, just Blackbeard's presence everywhere is alarming.
But like I told you and Carlos that his crew is made for espionage. If you really look at it, it's really made for espionage. We're able to be doing different factions, move in different factions, and do that all at the same time, which is something that's different than in every entire crew that we've seen so far.
Yeah.
You know what? I think better than espionage. I think his crew is meant to move in the shadows. Behind everyone's back. I mean, he's ready to stab them whenever they're
that's
ready.
essentially espionage. Yeah, that was
espionage. Yeah. I mean, that's what he did his whole time on Whitebeard's crew until he stabbed Thatch.
Yeah, he just moved in the shadows, and he's like, I think this chicken's already.
That's why he has the darkness. Let's be honest.
Pussy. Sorry.
You can't call him a pussy because he's winning now.
That is whole nature.
It definitely is whole nature, but he's still winning. He's still succeeding.
Yeah.
I give him that.
He'll probably rewrite history to make himself not look like that. So yeah.
Well, all right, fellas, we are at the 30-minute clip, so that flew past pretty quickly.
Yeah, that was very quick.
So with that being said, thanks for coming on. I'd like for you guys to get on regular with me. Carlos, you probably need to get a better mic or a headset, something like that, if you want to come regular, especially if we're talking about One Piece. This could be something that get dropped every week
Yeah.
at this point. This is just fire.
Yeah, no, I like to. Whenever you guys wanna, give the invitation, I'll just be like, okay, I'm making the time.
Cool.
Let's do it.
Well,
I will for sure invest in a new set of headphones though, or
yeah,
see what I
something
can
slight.
do.
I mean, it'll come in the long run. But all right, well, thanks for listening. If y'all made it this far, like, comment, subscribe. To the next video.